Okay, last week we talked about the index of coincidence briefly. We talked about can you be determined if plain text is English or not. It was that whole picking letters out of a hat thing. Y'all remember that? Okay, a little bit? Okay. Well, I'm going to show you how to calculate it. I'm going to walk through a very short example here today. Now, there's an assignment for it. I didn't put the assignment until next week. But, I mean, you can start it now if you want. But you don't have to do it now. But you will have to do it again on the test. So those of you ever want to know what's on my test, I'm telling you all the questions that are on there. This is on there. Okay? So let's see how to calculate the index of coincidence. Okay, if I can get my thing to change. There we go. Okay, this is the formula for it. Okay, it's the sum of all the letters times the letters minus 1. So number of A's times A minus 1. Number of B's times number of B's minus 1. So on and so forth. The sum of all that divided by the total number of letters times the total number of letters minus 1. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly how this works. Okay. Oh, this stupid thing. Don't show this again. Okay, so basically it's the number of A's times the number of A's minus 1. So if we have 3 A's, it's 3 times 3 minus 1, which is 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. Plus the number of B's times the number of B's minus 1, so on and so forth. Okay. Then you add up all the letters times the total letters minus 1. And that's it. Then you divide. It's pretty simple. I know some of the errors you all make when doing the math. So luckily for you, on the test, if you make those errors are on there too. So the correct answer is there. And if you screw it up, that was on there too. Because I know pretty much how you're going to mess it up. So
Yes.
that way you're like, great, I got the right answer. But it's the wrong answer. So, all right, so let's look at this. So we have 2 A's, 16 B's, 6 C's, 3 D's, and 19 E's. Okay, that's just an example. We need to calculate the index of coincidence. Okay, it's very simple to do. So it's, again, the number of A's. So 2 times 2 minus 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. All right. 16 times what?
15.
15, which is a lot. Okay. 6 times
5.
5, which is 30. I got that one. I'll get some of them, let you get the other ones. 3 times 2, 6. I got that one. You can take this one. 19 times 18. Okay. Basically, there's the numbers. Okay. So 2 times 2 minus 1. No, in other words, the number of A's times the number of A's minus 1. What a lot of people do is they forget to do the number of A's minus 1. Don't forget that. Okay? So then you add up the letters. Now that's not those numbers. It's the total number of letters. Okay? Well, I mean, this is the total of this, okay? But we still need the total number of letters. Okay? So we added up the A's and the B's and C's and D's and E's, and we got 620. So the top part of our formula is 620. Okay? Now we need to know how many letters there were. So if we took the number of A's plus the B's plus the C's, in other words, not those numbers on the right, but the actual number of A's. So 2 A's plus 16 B's plus 6 C's, so on and so forth, equals 46. And 46 times 45 equals 2070, and you divide them out and you get 0.2995. Okay? In English, it's supposed to be 0.6, isn't it? 385 is random, so it's 0.6885, I think, something like that. But, well, the way this is, if you were to take a document written in approximately 1972 and did this, you get an index of coincidence, and it would match the one listed for English. Does anyone know why we would have to use a document from 1972 and not one from today? Well, LOL, for instance. Laugh out loud. I mean, there's a lot more letters than just LOL. So the problem is our English today is not the same as it was back then. So when we initially did this calculation, it was based off of better English. Sorry I said, our English sucks nowadays. Okay. All right. I asked my step kids the other day to sign their name. They did it in, not cursive, but the regular one. I'm like, that's not a signature. That it? No, it's not. So I predict about within 10 years, there's going to be no more signing.
Did you know that in some schools they only teach them?
I know. Norman taught him half of the language. Because the last name was very Berkeley. So how do you make a V? I don't know. So we ran out of time. When I went to school, I mean, that was a big deal. I mean, you learn that stuff in and out forever. It's like, wow, I'm shocked. Okay, so everybody okay on how to do that? It's very, very simple. You have an assignment for it and a test for it. Okay? All right. That was short.